Hey, welcome back. Something I normally don't do on the channel, but I got tons of these things, so SCX24s. So I did this Bronco a while back, made a removable roof that can be easily put back on. I say that, then it won't go back on, but yeah, make it a convertible. Do a few little scale items in there. It's been pretty cool. This is the prototype portal axles from Treal Hobby from when they first came out for the SCX24. So had this since Beat the Creek last year in 2023 early. So I think it's time to move on from this one. This does have the, PN Racing 90 turn motor transmission adapter in here as well, which I love. I just like the brush motor. I think it's enough power for these without going brushless. I don't compete, so it works for me. But I think this one's time has come to be rebuilt. And I also have this one. This is the Sith chassis, I believe, and got some C110 or C10 rear links on it. Kind of stretched it out. It's got the Treal double barrel shocks on it, which work really well. But again, I don't compete, so not much point in having this truck. Again, it's all Treal axles and stuff. But I'll be taking parts from this one as well, because I got one of them. The Meus MB24. And I'm cheap, and I like to paint my own stuff, so I got it in the, they call it unpainted white, whatever you want to call it. It is opaque. It is a really nice mold, and it's definitely flexy. There's other unboxings for this, but they give you light bars, interior, spare tire, all the bumpers, all the cage work that goes into these, and a full chassis. So carbon fiber chassis that goes in there, and we got the decal sheets, the instructions, and all the hardware, cross members, all the doodads and tiny things that make me go blind because they're so small. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like it's a nice chrome. Yeah, it's nice. But anyway, yeah. So, Meus is pretty cool. Got the red decals to go on here, or the red topographical map. Sorry. Yeah. And there's a lot of contributors that are on these decal sheets of guys that do a lot of work with Meus. Mini RC channel, I watch him a good bit. I watched his unboxing. If you want to see an unboxing and a full build with tutorials, go check him out. Yeah, so pretty cool. I'm gonna try and put this thing together, but first I gotta get this in paint. So I'm gonna paint this thing up, and we'll go from there. So first step, wash the body, right? Gotta wash the body. Sorry for the noise of the water, but we're washing a body. So I just use dial soap. I use this for hard bodies and Lexan bodies. And all I'm doing is just degreasing it, basically, taking off the mold release that was done just to get the body out of the molds after it was injective molded. And I'm just scrubbing it down, rinsing it off with warm water, which will turn insanely hot here in a second, so I gotta be quick. And the body is washed. And my hands. So yeah, body's washed. Mold release agent should be off. I'll dry it off and we'll continue on. Gray Scotch brake pad, and all I'm doing is just rubbing over the painted surfaces to create a key, take that gloss finish off. Basically, if you can see gloss, your paint's probably not going to bite in real well. So it doesn't take much to knock it down. Just make sure you get your edges, because that's usually where paint likes to sit and pool if it doesn't have a bite. And that's printer in the background. That's awesome. And yeah, so as you can see, kind of knocked the gloss off of it. There's still some down in here in the body detail line. So we'll try and get our pad in there. Yeah, there we go. Just gotta kind of push, kind of feel it. Yep, good to go. All right, so we'll get this thing wiped down one more time with gloves on, and then we'll go get some. All right, next step is color. So, as you may have seen, I've warmed my paint up in a bowl of hot tap water, not boiling, just hot tap water. What it does is just increases the pressure in the can, gets good flow, and greatly improves spray paint experience for sure. Been doing this for a long time, especially painting up here in the colder weathers. It just makes it possible. All right, little test spray. So what I'm using is Rust-Oleum. It is metallic gold, so that's going to be my primary color. I just sat the body on top of an old paint can that I refuse to throw away because they make great paint stands. So just going to lay down some color, just a light coat, just to start getting it in. You notice I did not prime this body because doing a light color over white just makes it a little more vibrant, and that's really all it needs. I'm not worried about the transparency of the body or anything like that, because we're going to come back and put some more layers on it later down in the paint process. So there's one coat. I'll probably come back and do 2 more coats, but that's as easy as it is. A little bit of warm water, and you get a preview of some other projects if you can catch them in the frame. All right, so chassis is assembled. Like I said, if you want to watch it, the chassis assembly, that's other people have done it. So yeah, everything is cool. Got everything swapped over, pretty eventless. One part with the P90, this 90 turn motor, is the front plate will not go in its slot, which I think is going to give me problems. And that is based on the interior also coming in contact with the motor, just a touch. So I'm probably going to have to take a little bit out of here on the driver's side just to have the motor so that everything sits where it's supposed to. But the body is painted. Wasn't really going for an Iron Man theme, but it's kind of where it ended up. But yeah, I'll get this cleaned up, get it decaled up. It's still a little, still got a little tack to it, so it's probably going to need a day or so to dry. But yeah, so yeah, there we are. And probably next time we come back in, I'll have this decaled up, get that clearanced, and show you what I had to do to get it to fit with this motor setup. So there we go. All right, after destroying a Bronco, yeah, I got parts, I got pieces. So all said and done, there's a ton of extra hardware, which is appreciated. Some of the screw heads were a little soft and stripped out during assembly, but you know, it's small hardware. What are you going to do? But yeah, the little guy is up and running. Not the tires that I'm going to keep on it, but there it is. It is a runner. A little bit of Axial livery and some Reefs RC livery. This one will be probably my truck to run during Axial Fest, Badlands, so you'll be able to see it there. I get some decent wheel and tire combo to put on it after that. But yeah, so a few of the challenges that I had were of my own doing. I'm sure a stock system would fit just fine in here, stock motor, all that stuff, but I don't do stock. So we are running portals. The red is a nice flare, you know, just trying to keep it all matchy-matchy. But the 90 is, and the motor mount are a little bit big and unaccounted for, obviously, in this kit because it's for a stock replacement. So a little bit of Dremel work to make some clearance on the interior. If you can see that, just had to notch some stuff out. It's not bad. You can't really see it from the top side once it's all closed up. One thing I don't like is this battery. There's no real place to put this battery. So the stock battery, not probably going to run it. Probably just going to sacrifice the end off of one of the bad ones that I have. And I'm going to run the little PowerHobby, FMS, whatever, little batteries. And they do tuck in on the side, and the body does close. So I could run basically saddle packs with this and still have everything close up. Probably just do a little bit of Velcro or something on the sides to get them in there and make up a proper harness. But yeah, both of them will fit in there, and they're not coming out. They're trapped in there. So yeah, just a little spot of Velcro and we'll be in good shape. A little bit of wiring on the batteries. Yeah, and she'll be good. But yeah, so there's the Meus 1 portals. So it was fun. I'm not a 24 guy, so it's just going to run around, do some trails. Doesn't have to be super fast. Doesn't have to have brushless. It doesn't have to have all those things. But yeah, it's definitely a cool looking truck to go with other cool looking trucks that I have. One other thing that I do want to mention is the servo I put on the backside of the mounts and ran the screws from the backside forward. They're a little bit proud, but I'm fine with that. That made me put the link on the front of the servo horn from Reefs. His micro horn is it's ready to go for this. I still have clearance in the back, so I have full suspension. Nothing is interfering. I just had to file the mount down a little bit. This is the Treal mount. I just filed it flat so the servo would sit flat. And it kind of pushed everything back a little bit. I still have plenty of clearance on the diff cover. All that is fine. So yeah, that was one little small modification I made that isn't really dealing with the chassis, but it kept the servo horn well away from any of the body parts and the cage parts. But yeah, so there it is. Yeah, gonna have some fun with it. Get it tore up, get it dirty, and thanks for watching.